Hi, I'm Akshat Malhotra. This is not just a standalone video, but a part of an entire course on the fundamentals of personal finance. All the videos so far covered everything you needed to know to set your basics and even understand the various financial avenues that are available to invest. Now, this particular module will cover diversification and financial planning in depth. Oh, and don't forget the free Excel calculators that we've created just for you. They say, as much as we learn, we still would get greedy at some point of time. Because, after all, it's money, and somewhere at the back of the mind, we all want to get rich quick, right? We all want to get that instrument in which our money could get tripled 4 times, 5 times overnight. And therefore, even after learning all of these simple concepts of financial planning, we do get lured by few of these schemes that are out there which promise abnormally high returns. And so in this section, we're going to talk about few of the common mistakes that we do when it comes to choosing the investment avenue that we want to put our money in. Number one mistake, getting lured by Ponzi schemes. When an agent walks into your home and says, "Ma'am, you know what? I promise you, invest into this scheme and I promise you, your money is going to get doubled in a span of 2 years. My guarantee." Sir, you know what? This scheme has never come before. This is the scheme that's been made only for you. And in a span of 3 years, I promise your money is going to get tripled. And then we're like, what if this person is actually saying the truth? What if my money actually gets tripled in 3 years? Wow, if I put in 50 lakhs, I'll have 1 crore 50 lakhs in 3 years. Wait up, reality check, refresh, wash your face. Let's figure out the logic behind this. Let's actually take a moment and think, is this really possible? So mistake number one that we do is we get caught in these Ponzi schemes that promise abnormally high returns, abnormally inconsistent returns, and then kind of lose our money. And secondly, investing our money into non-regulated schemes. Schemes that are not under the purview of RBI or SEBI, the Securities and Exchange Board of India. And we just invest our money. Chit funds, committees. And I know there are schemes that are there in the market prevailing for more than 30, 40 years. Committees, chit funds, they have these huge registers where every record is mentioned. But friends, they're not regulated. Just like demonetization happened in a fraction of a second, it could take just one announcement for SEBI to ban all of these investment schemes. What if something ever happens? Who will you go to in order to complain? What if you invest into a chit fund and you do not get your money back? Where will you go and register your complaint? SEBI will straight away say, we've had a disclaimer. This does not come under the purview of SEBI. This is not regulated by SEBI. Why did you invest your money? And what are you going to do then? I'll take you a couple of examples. You remember, for those of you who follow finance news, Franklin Templeton, a mutual fund company, they did some wrongdoings, they did some frauds back in early 2020. And at that time, everyone was super confused. What's going to happen with the investors' money? What are they going to do? And recently, they passed a notice where they penalized Franklin Templeton, and now all the investors are getting their money back. Franklin Templeton has to pay huge fines. They were made to pay huge fines, and investors have finally got their money back. Similarly, I'm sure you would have watched that series on Netflix, Big Boy Billionaires, something like that. And there is this case study about Sahara Group. Although, they were onto something big, helping a lot of people, But there were some miscalculations, and a lot of people who invested their money did not ever get back. It was a clear-cut case of fraud. And SEBI caught that because that was not under the purview of SEBI, and so they could not help the investors in getting their money back. Watch that documentary if you haven't. Very interesting, and that will help you understand how do these Ponzi schemes work and then why do people get stuck in them. Because the network created, the greed shown is so powerful that even after knowing these basic concepts, we get caught, right? So these are a few of the common mistakes that we do. Number one, investing into schemes that promise abnormally high returns. And secondly, investing into non-regulated schemes. So please don't do that. And I have 2 quick rules for you to run your mind through whenever you come across such schemes that will help you make sure that you don't get caught into that. 25 दिन में पैसा double, hera fairy, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in real life. It didn't even happen in the movie. And you know how tough it was for all the different parties to get their money back, right? So yes, that does not happen. So in order to check whether you're investing in the right scheme or not, let's go across 2 rules. The rule of 72, in order to see in how much time would your money get doubled, and rule of 114 that tells us in how much time would our money get tripled. And very simple formulas. Double. So there is this formula. It says, rule of 72 states, 72 divided by time will give you the rate of return. 72 divided by time will give you the rate of return. Move across. 72 divided by rate of return gives you the time. Let's take a quick example. So let's say the agent says, Akshat, 2 years from now, your money is going to get doubled. 2 years from now, I promise money is going to get doubled. This is the best scheme ever, right? So I had a principal amount of 10,000. Double principal means 20,000, right? I have 2 years of time. Quickly do this calculation at the back of your mind. 72 divided by 2, 36. It means I need a 36% rate of return every year for the next 2 years for my money to get doubled. Now tell me one thing. When there are banks giving us 4 to 5% return today per year, guaranteed, from where on earth can we get a guaranteed 36% return? There you have the answer. It's impossible to get a 36% fixed rate of return, right? So yes, quick calculation, 72 divided by time gives you the rate of return. On the other hand, if you just want to check that, let's say I invest my money into a scheme, into a mutual fund that gives me 10% return, in how much time would my money double? So if you could also use it the other way, 72 divided by time, which means 72 divided by rate of return. So let's say if you are assuming that, you'll get 10% rate of return. So 72 divided by 10, 7.2. So you need 7.2 years to double your money into a mutual fund that could give you about 10% returns, right? Similarly, to triple your money, ma'am, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, your money is going to triple, I promise. So do this quick calculation, right? 10,000 to become 30,000 in a span of 4 years, 114 divided by 4, 28.5%. So that scheme needs to guarantee you 28.5% for your money to become 3 times in 4 years. Take that in writing. Take that in writing and make sure that's under the SEBI purview, because in my understanding, I don't think there is any scheme out there that could guarantee you a 28.5% return every year for the next 4 years, right? So these quick calculations can help you understand whether the person out there is selling you the right product or not, right? Rule of 72, rule of 114 to triple your money. Same way, rule of 114 can also be used in order to check. Let's say if you want to invest your money into a PPF scheme, which as of today is offering a 7.1% guaranteed return, right? So it's going to take you 114 divided by 7.14, 114 divided by 7.1, that gives you 16.06. So it's going to take you about 16 plus years in order to triple your money if you invest your money into a PPF scheme. Cool. So two quick rules to double your money. 72 divided by time gives you the rate of return. 72 divided by rate of return gives you the time. To triple your money, 114 divided by time gives you the rate of return. 114 divided by rate of return gives you the time. Always keep these two rules at the back of your mind, and I'm sure you will not make the mistake of getting caught in these Ponzi schemes. If you have any questions, please add them in the comments below, and I will make sure we answer them. Do like, share, and subscribe to this channel.